Welcome to the Take a Seat podcast. This is Mario.
And Clint.
And you are tuning in to part 2 of the last episode of Sit Down.
Okay. Yeah, so it would be to this point where I was trying to attract a certain girl, but since I would end up in the circle, because I would be in front of everybody talking, and so it would be certain girls, like it was never directed. So I would just pull in everything where it was like, okay, but I had a hard time filtering. So I just turned it off where I was like, okay, like I'm attracting these people that I don't want.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I'm trying to get to her.
Yeah.
But then by the time I got on the 1-on-1, it was still people like coming to me like, oh, hey, this is this. And I was like, I'm trying to talk to this girl right here.
Right.
So the problem with me was I've always, even in my relationships, it's been like I could roam, but when I find myself in relationships, I found that I would resort to turning that off because I didn't want to make the girl that I was with uncomfortable. Like I would date it to where I knew everybody, and then she was known as my girlfriend. Like they didn't even know her name. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're Chris's girlfriend," and she was like, I have a name. Like they were like, oh yeah, it's Chris's girlfriend. Like, and then like one time they were asking her, they were like, she was like, yeah, nobody knows me. They think, they just know me as Chris's girlfriend. And then this other guy, and then the guy that she was talking to, her friend, he was like, no, they know you. Like they know you. And then he was like, see, hey, bro, come over here. And he was like, do you know who this is? He was like, yeah, that's Chris's girlfriend, right? And she was like, see? And so I had this effect where there was a lot of women that wouldn't be with me because I had that thing where they were like, well, Chris is for everybody. He's a people person, And so that's why like with the connecting with her emotions, I had a hard time because I'm used to talking to a bunch of people at the same time. So when it was focusing on one, I was like, I can't really go there with you because I'm so used to, talking to everybody. So man.
I feel like, I'm sorry, I just had to begin. I feel like I'm kind of the flip side of that coin. I do feel like I'm a big roamer. The other day, by the way, I don't think it was mentioned before. I am the one that's married. I've been married for 8 years. Going to be 9 in August.
Wow,
it's been that long.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
man, I know.
But you got some grace.
Yeah, I feel like I am a roamer. I'm very open with a lot of stuff, maybe too open at some point. This past week, I did get a compliment from the missus. She was like, hey, I wanted to tell you thank you. And I was like, for what? I always ask for what, because it's like, I don't know what you're thanking me for. You got to be specific. Yeah. You want me to keep doing it. And she was like, for being you. I've been reading a lot of things online about a lot of different guys. Obviously, it's with a grain of salt because, if you have a good time at a restaurant, you typically don't write a review. If you have a bad time, you're going to be more likely to write a review. So yes, some of her like views on other men might be a little jaded, but she's like, other guys out there are so blah, 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 and you're pretty much really open. You're open to like change, talk about your feelings, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, life is kind of just like you're observing and you finding what you like. That might be different from what you've been used to. So always be open to trying new things, changing, trying something differently. I'm like so down for that. Obviously, if I try and I don't like it, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is stupid. But but like I said, I feel like I'm the opposite. I'm very open. I talk to a lot of people, like Chris did. Yeah. I did have
one-itis.
One-itis. I had the
one-itis.
Tough,
man.
I had the one-itis. And it wasn't until recently, like when I started going back to school for my bachelor's, is when I was like starting to open up. And I was like, oh yeah, there's a whole world out here. And so like, and that's where my openness came in handy, talking to a lot of people, listening to how they grew up, where they came from, how they study, things like that. That got me a lot of networking opportunities and led me down a really, really good path.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unlike y'all, I have Verizon, so I don't worry about roaming.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, commandment number 10:
Are we gonna?
ignore her beauty. The man who trains his mind to subdue. Well said, by the way, just for the record.
Okay.
Yeah, well said, well said.
10. Ignore her beauty. The man who trains his mind to subdue the reward centers of his brain when reflecting upon a beautiful female face will magically transform his interactions with women. His apprehension and self-consciousness will melt away, paving the path for more honest and self-possessed interactions with the objects of his desire. This is one reason why the greatest Lotharios drown in more... Hold on, that threw me off, my bad. This is the one reason why the greatest Lotharios drown in more love than they can handle. Through positive experiences with so many beautiful women, they lose their awe of beauty and in turn their powerlessness under its spell. It will help you acquire the right frame of mind to stop using the words hot, cute, gorgeous, or beautiful to describe girls who turn you on. Instead, say to yourself, she's interesting, or she might be worth getting to know. Never compliment a girl on her looks, especially not a girl you aren't fucking. Turn off that part of your brain that wants to put them on pedestals. Further advanced training to reach this state of unawed zen transcendence is to sleep with many, many attractive women. Try to avoid sleeping with a lot of ugly women if you don't want to regress. Soon, a Jedi lover you will be.
What is up with this guy?
He starts so well.
I'm just like, finally, another one, and it's like, by the way, it's like, oh,
Be a Jedi.
Yeah. Side note, I don't think, like I said, I've been married for a while. I don't think I'll ever not be in awe of my wife's beauty. I think at least twice a day when she passes me by, I always tell her, God damn, girl, where you go with all that? Which isn't her favorite thing. But she knows it. And I don't care if she knows it or not. I'm gonna tell it.
There's truth to that commandment because I understand again if you read between the stupid lines. That they put on there. It's true. I mean, sometimes in your younger years, when you really have no guidance on navigating the dating game, it can be really easy to make yourself look dumb when you're in front of a pretty woman.
Yes,
and you just don't know how to be yourself, essentially. I mean, that's emphasized a lot for a reason. It's like, don't be the guy that switches up the moment you start talking to me.
Yeah.
Because then you turn weird. And if I don't know you, you're definitely weird.
Yeah. That's true.
I understand the sentiment behind it, but the way that it's approached is more with resentment for than it is with the desire to improve, per se.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the most valuable part of this commandment is instead say to yourself, she's interesting or she might be worth getting to know. And the reason I think that that's important is because
I agree.
if you have in your mind a frame of, oh my God, she's so fine. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Then you end up having this image of perfection that you're now
Projecting them.
well, you're projecting it on her, and by you projecting that on her, you're also lowering yourself and making this it's almost like it's a comparison. It's like she's so beautiful, and then you turn inwardly and it's like, oh my God, I don't even know if I'm enough to be able to speak to this person, as opposed to like going with the frame of, oh, she's interesting, or I'd like to get to know her. Then it's taking away from this angelic being that is beyond human, and now humanizing the person to where it's like, okay, I'm looking beyond your beauty because I see something that's interesting about this person that I want to get to know, and it's not her breast, her butt, and her face.
Yeah.
You know?
One of the things I learned today, and it's very interesting that you use that word comparison.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned today is comparison is the theft of joy.
Yeah. That's absolutely the
That's the
truth.
thief.
Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say this, man, I've seen so many guys like really, because women want to be with somebody that they look up to and they respect, like that they're proud to be with.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guys take themselves out of the running when they're like, oh yeah, look at my wife, like, isn't she so beautiful? How did I get her? And in front of other people, and like, man, I'm so lucky to be with her. And it's like, she's kind of like, dang, like,
I guess you are.
yeah. And then she starts thinking like I want you to be the guy that people can say, oh, I can see you with him. Like, he's a good, you know what I mean? A good guy for you. But then I've seen a lot of guys be like, oh, she just, look at her. How did an ugly guy like me get? And she's like, I didn't think you were ugly, but you know,
just say it.
yeah. And so what y'all were saying about comparison is so true. Like, once you put that out there, then it starts to form, because she won't even feel like that. But a lot of us will bring ourselves lower. Like, we have to push you up. And she's like, no, I'm looking at you. Like, I'm attracted to you. That's why I got you, you know? So,
Yeah,
You know, man, I hear what you're saying and I agree with what you're saying, but then I also disagree, only in the sense that it really just depends on the man.
okay.
Like, if a man is really truly confident,
yeah.
like really truly confident in himself and says the very same thing, but he's high status and he is more desirable,
Yeah.
I think he can get away with saying that. And I don't even want to say get away with saying that. I mean, I think he can say that genuinely without coming off as, oh, I really don't deserve her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, let's see, man, look at this girl, man. Where would I be without this, man? Look.
Right,
something like
yeah,
that, you
yeah.
know?
It's really how you say it and like who you are as a person. Like, I think that you could, yeah, like you said, it's like,
Well, I guess I would just say, like, isn't there a way that you could say that without bringing yourself down? You know what I'm saying? Like, even you say,
but
like,
like
we're not-
what I'm imagining is
Yeah.
like self-deprecating humor
yeah.
whenever you say it, where it's like, oh my God, like, I'm so lucky to be with this woman because look at this stick figure that she's with, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like, clearly I'm confident enough to make fun of myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm using this almost like it's purely a joke.
Yeah.
And like this whole thing is a joke, although I really am appreciative of who I'm with,
I
right?
can see what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
it really could, you could be sincere in that same type of statement where it's like, man, look how beautiful of my wife, and look at, and it's like sincerely saying, like deprecating yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it really just comes from like your frame as a man, and it's like, does he actually believe what he's saying?
Yeah.
Or is this like part of his charm and
I got
his
you.
charisma? You know what I mean?
I got you. Well, I just add one thing. I agree with you.
Because there's fat dudes that pull based on them being fat and using fat as part of their game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But I think it's
All
also
right, dude, you
important.
don't have to point it out. You don't have to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't notice my finger.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, like, oh God.
I do.
No, but I think, you know who I look at? I'd say also, to add on to that, you also got to look at her too when you say it, because I think no. This is why I say it's important though. This is why I say it's important, because
Jada.
that's what that is what I'm talking about. That's why I bring it up, because I bring that up to say, because there's sometimes we are doing that, and to us we're like, oh yeah, like she would appreciate this, but we don't take the time to look at her and say, what kind of man does she see me as? Because if she sees me as a guy like very high value, very this, that's why I say it depends on her too. That's why I say you can do it. Like, I'm joking, but I say look at her, because if she's like, oh gosh, then
that's her.
Then
problem.
oh well,
That's her problem.
next,
Like,
next,
yeah,
like whatever.
yeah.
Because it's
I
kind of
feel
like,
you.
because again, if it's like, if you're secure in who you are,
Yeah,
That's
then,
true.
You know, you're going to
That's
talk
true.
about yourself whatever which way, and if she doesn't like it, it's like, okay. You guys
Goals
like
right
it?
there. All right. 11. Be irrationally self-confident. No matter what
We are
your
recording, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No matter what your we took a break. We're back anyway. Number 11. Be irrationally self-confident. No matter what your station in life, stride through the world without apology or excuse. It does not matter if objectively you are not the best man a woman can get. What matters is that you think and act like you are. Women have a dog's instinct for uncovering weakness in men. Don't make it easy for them. Self-confidence, warranted or not, triggers submissive emotional responses in women. Irrational self-confidence will get you more pussy than irrational defeatism. I get the gist of that.
Yeah,
but-
generally I agree with you.
Yeah, we'll go to gist.
Yeah.
I get the gist, but it's dude,
What?
it-
Does anyone have you have a counter argument to that?
yeah, well, not a counter argument. It's more, like I get it. I mean, yes, be confident in yourself. But
Yeah,
And women's have dog instincts. Like that's the
Yeah.
part that we can all agree.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, like why do you feel the need to put down the opposite sex that you're trying to seduce
Right.
Yes.
in order to prove your
Right.
point that you need to be confident? You
Yeah.
don't need to do that.
Wait, what does
it say that?
What, women have
Comparing
dog
women to
instincts?
dogs and saying that.
Yeah.
I think that's just a metaphor.
Yeah, it is a metaphor. It is.
Well,
a
it
metaphor.
is, but in the context of this document, you're using it as a point against women.
I don't think so.
More like a metaphor.
no, because dogs' instincts are freaking crazy. Like you know how they say dogs can or animals.
All right, dude. Do you want to be compared to a dog?
They really could have said
No,
animal
no.
instinct though.
If I'm fast,
Look, I mean,
that would have been better, but I think saying the word, comparing them direct, because women will read that and then say, so women are dogs. They're not going to read
or
having
female
instincts
dogs.
yeah, like
Come
it,
on.
that's not how it comes off. But again, I guess
I don't know.
if we
'cause I mean,
read,
it's like, are you
Next,
calling,
next,
are
next.
you calling me a
next.
horse? It's like,
That's true. Next.
on the ways down. All right. Anyway,
but wait, we agree, right?
We all agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we agree.
self-confident, definitely. I agree. 12. Maximize your strengths, minimize your weaknesses.
do we even have to read that?
In the betterment, well, let's see what he has to say. In the betterment of ourselves as men, we attract women into our orbit. To accomplish this gravitational pull as painlessly and efficiently as possible, you must identify your natural talents and shortcomings and parcel your efforts accordingly. If you are a gifted jokester, don't waste time and energy trying to raise your status in philosophical debate. If you write well but dance poorly, don't kill yourself trying to expand your manly influence on the dance floor. Your goal should be to attract women effortlessly, so play to your strengths no matter what they are. There is a groupie for every male endeavor, except World of Warcraft.
Agreed.
No, I
Really?
do not agree. I do
Okay.
not agree.
Okay.
I've been saying all night to expand your mind, work out your mind. It's a muscle.
Yeah.
There's one thing I tell people in school and university. There's no such thing as a smart person. There's
Yeah.
only people who work hard,
Yeah.
and that's what.
Mm.
You're not a good dancer. There's free dance classes. The aquarium used to do salsa dancing. You're not a good jokester. Well, then you can look and listen to.
I see your point.
You know?
I see your point, but I think that like so the way I'm reading this is more of like, oh, stereotypically a man is supposed to be like a hunter. So out of my insecurity, I'm going to pursue this type of guy's persona rather than just emphasizing the persona that I already have a gift at. It's like you may not be strong as far, like I'm not a strong dancer. I don't know what's something else that's like really attractive.
dancer, artist, guitarist,
Mechanic.
A way with
pianist.
words.
Yeah, I guess any of those
Me.
things. It's like I don't necessarily have to unless that's really what I want.
Confidence, baby.
It's like don't pursue it for the sake of trying to be attractive. Pursue it because that's actually what you want.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because there's tons of things to do.
Yeah.
And some things you don't even know you like till you reap the rewards of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't really good at saxophone. And honestly, I kind of hated going to band.
He did. I
But
was
after
there.
6 months and I did a concert,
Mm.
I was like, this is kind of dope.
Yeah.
These people are cheering for me,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm not saying go do everything.
Right.
I'm not saying, spend thousands of dollars trying to be a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter.
Darn it.
I've been wanting to try that.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get my deposit back.
But this isn't, I mean, it's, as Clint said, I mean, because it's nice to have an interest in, growing a skill set. But again, don't make that, like, don't try and, as he's saying, like, because everyone, for example, smart is sexy. Being handy is sexy.
Yeah,
Being,
All right.
Think about it.
Well then, Tigers.
but like,
Ah.
like you can make anything sexy so long as you,
Right.
invest in it. And basically, I think that's what it's saying. And that's what Clint is basically.
What you do it in confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll kind of add on to what Josh is saying too, though. I think he's kind of speaking also to the growth aspect.
Yeah.
Like never
Yeah.
stop growing
Agreed.
and keep her like guessing, like I'm gonna go do this, you know. And then you know what? That's the thing that I also learned is like women hate to be bored. Like us, we hate to be bored, but we could kind of find something to do.
Yeah.
But I found like with women, like if they're bored, they're like I've seen women at parties. The party was live, but if they perceive like I'm bored, they would just leave. And it's always a struggle when the one you like leaves. You're like, I'm leaving too. Like, you're like this party sucks. But no, but like it's that thing where you, like Josh said, you always keep improvement. But I agree with both sides. That's what I say. Like y'all are right too, where it's like you play to your strengths because I want to attract you based on who I really am.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I also always wanted to try this. So, I don't know.
So like I heard a quote,
Yeah.
and it's even the thinnest pancake has two sides.
That's a stupid.
Nice.
And there are different recipes.
Come on now.
Hey, dude, maximize your strength.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with the general gist of this because we're all different and we all have our own things that we're good at.
That's right.
He's good at Josh is good at science. Chris, you're good at making music. Anthony, you're good at being
You're
strong.
good at
I'm good.
I was waiting. I'm like, what am I good at? Please.
He is good at being strong.
He is a very fit gentleman. I gotta say
Yeah,
that.
he is.
Me, I'm just me, baby. You
Come
know.
on now. There you go. What number is that? What number is that?
Okay, you know what? All right, Kings. Let's go ahead.
Self-confident, baby.
No, but honestly,
Drop your crown.
you were hilarious.
He's funny.
Like,
I told you. He's
yeah, she's not in the background, but
I knew when I looked over there, she would just be shaking her head.
Yeah, and then Clint. Well, anyway, so commandment
44.
Yeah, he's 40.
I'm good at being
He's
44.
mature. Yeah,
He's good at being immortal. He looks like he's 25.
for the next couple of months.
He has good genes. He wears
And a
Levi's.
good-
I was gonna say, like, wow, you got this on class.
So commandment 11:
All right.
be irrationally self-confident.
Oh no, we did that.
Did we? Oh,
Yeah,
we're on. My bad. My
But
bad.
you said that confidently.
There you go.
My man.
Irrational. Commandment 13.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, sorry.
Air.
Err on the side of too much boldness rather than too little. Touching a woman inappropriately on the first date will get you further with her than not touching her at all.
Sexual abuse.
This is tough.
Don't let a
great.
woman's faux indignation at your boldness sway you. They secretly love it when a man aggressively pursues what he wants
You're going to
and
jail.
makes his sexual intentions known. You don't have to be an asshole, but if you have no choice, being an inconsiderate asshole beats being a polite beta every time.
Okay,
No.
first off,
That is hilarious.
Okay,
You're
it's
going
like-
to jail, bro.
it's like it has an ounce of truth to it.
I was gonna say that
I
too.
see the truth.
I see the truth, but that's tough.
You
You're
really
going
gotta
jail.
look for it though.
Yeah,
Like,
you got
dude, if you don't have any real experience and you read this literally,
You're going
Going to
to
jail.
yeah, you're going to jail, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Pass goes, you know?
Yeah, no.
This
No.
is dangerous, dude.
Yeah,
Because, like, yeah, there's some truth to this. It's like, okay, like, you should be a little bit more assertive,
Yeah.
but you also got to read body language and really
Yeah.
gauge a situation.
Right,
You can't just
yeah.
be like, oh, all right, come and grab some titties.
Let me see that booty.
Does no mean no or does no mean yes? It's like, no.
Can you just imagine he goes to jail? So does no mean no?
He has the Ten Commandments.
Did you read the
himself.
commandments?
No.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I listened to a comedian recently, and he was talking about like the dating scene and all that. And he's like, I don't like the women that are like, no, stop it. Oh,
They
but
miss you.
they secretly want you to keep going.
Bill Burr.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh my
then
gosh.
He was like, because then in the court hearing, when the attorney, he's an old man and he reads it. He reads, no, stop it.
You're
what
so
are you
bad.
doing?
You're so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
That's not how she said it. That's not how she said it.
I think that's perfectly said. It's like you have to have interaction with women to be able to pick
Pick
those
up
things
cues,
up, or
yeah.
man, you will end up in jail.
Yeah.
Like you got to be like, okay, is she? But yeah,
But you know
you're
what
right.
though, dude? If you're in jail, when you come out, you're gonna have so much more women because you're gonna be the bad boy now.
But then
See,
you
it's
like
all
men,
part of the plan.
literal.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, right.
But now you like me.
Yeah.
Oh, being undesirable, not being too attracted to them, they're gonna be seduced.
There's a little bit of femininity. No, I'm sorry.
I get the gist of it because, realistically,
Yeah.
you have to show at least sexual attractiveness.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, but not
Interest.
like grope them, but just go for the shoulder touch or
Like interest,
reach
yeah.
for the reach for the ears, like something. Go try to grab the hand, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Break that boundary. Don't just be like reserved to yourself.
Yeah.
I think the
Mine
second
was-
date, that's when that's appropriate.
Mine
Yeah.
was the slow release from the hug. That's how you do it.
Oh,
Oh, the
I-
friend, which hug though? The friend hug?
Oh yeah, you gotta watch that.
Oh,
If it's a side hug, you out, bro.
Yeah, you already out. You
Nah, I
already-
use like, or if you talk to her, like place your hand on the small of her back, like to talk to her.
Yeah.
you know, like little
Things
things
like
to
that.
to
Yeah.
show like I'm interested in you. Like, and then, but if she's
Yeah.
blowing those off, like, yeah. Run, bro.
no,
Run. She's not
pursue
interested.
harder.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
Pursue harder.
Use
Use
her if she
your
said
nails
no.
on her back. There you go. Don't do that, y'all. Please don't.
All right, Commandment 14.
All right, wait. Before you start this commandment, clean it up. Clean it up.
Please, dude.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Fornicate her good.
Hold on. Wait.
Use the word love. Use the word
All
love.
right. Love her good.
There you go. y'all gotta get ready for going up. You know, y'all gotta get ready
Yeah.
for the
Love
YouTubers.
her like it's your last session of love
Nah.
and hers. Love her so good, so hard, so waitingly, so profligate, profligately that she is left a quivering, sparking mass of shaking flesh and sex fluids.
Wow.
What a creep. Drain her of everything,
Wow.
then drain her some more. Kiss her all over, make love to her all night, and hold her close in the morning. Own her body, own her gratitude, own her love. If you don't know how, learn to give her passionate orgasms.
It said squirting.
Yeah. Just what a creep. man.
Moist.
Like, moisten up.
So do you guys want to talk about this one?
Yeah, let's talk about it, guys.
All right, so let me leave this one.
Get the bottle. Give me back my glass, you pervert.
Yeah, this kind of, again, to us who can read between the
First of all, what guy doesn't already want to do that? Is that even a commandment? Like, do you have to be told to love her good?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
kinda,
honestly, yeah. I've heard some bad stories of men being bad sexual partners. So.
But that's just because they suck. I mean,
But this is what this is intended for, but it's not expressed correctly.
I think communication is the strongest thing to make
I
yeah,
agree.
to make
Absolutely.
that even
Yeah.
better.
agree.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, girl, the things I want to do
Yeah,
to you, I want to
Yeah.
tie you up, whatever,
right.
you know. And then she's like,
Foreplay is in the
I
mind
gotta
first.
go. Then you find you a girl that's gonna be like, I want to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like that can also build up the suspense into
Yeah.
like, hey, look, this
Right.
is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is how I want to do it.
Yeah,
And then on top of that, you know, there's people out there who can't really like go all night. I'm not talking about anyone in particular,
which is also
but what
Wait,
I-
so
That hyena came back in here.
but what I'm saying,
So-
what I'm saying is you don't know people's backstories. You don't know how often or how little that they do engage in certain things, and it's also like a muscle, right? You gotta work at it to get good. So like
bruh,
communication
well,
is
you're
the
not
best.
yeah.
I love that like all the single people on the podcast are chilling. We're just chilling. And then it's like the ones that are like in like dating are more are comfortable still, but still like and then the one that's
And I
married is
tell
like,
you what,
I'm not giving no names, but
yeah. And look, I mean, it is
hilarious.
true. The only way you can have any decent performance as a sexual partner in general is just one, communication, and then two, practice.
yeah.
You can't have one without the other. If you do, somebody's gonna come out of that situation. Then please,
and it's not with your hand,
right.
perverts.
Right, but this guy is just. This is if it falls into the wrong eyes, they will take this literally, and their perception of sex will be skewed into something of
Yeah.
pornography instead of like, this is supposed to be a moment of intimacy. Like, yes, of course, we're partaking in the act itself,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to be as aggressive, assertive, like whatever the hell this creep is trying to make it out to be.
Read the mood. Because
Yeah.
because I mean sometimes it's like, hey, let's like I always describe my Miata this way, and shut up whoever, like, you muscle V8 big dick whatever,
Right,
whatever,
right.
But like, I love my car, bro. It is
Right.
fun.
Right.
But every now and then, I would love to just go from point A to point B without hearing this thing scream at me and my
Yeah.
back and like my back being like, feeling every single
Oh.
bump in the road.
Oh,
and just
hold
like-
on.
Yeah, this is a deep metaphor, man.
No, girl.
Pause.
Really deep
No,
metaphor.
but it's like the same thing. It's like you can't. It's like you can't just go WWE every single time.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
Watch out, watch out.
You can't see me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
He broke her in half. He broke her.
Yeah, you really read in a different direction than I thought. I heard car, and then in the context of sex, I was like, wait,
what?
nothing.
No, yeah, because he was saying, you got what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah, I got him. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, 15. Maintain your state
Please
control.
don't judge me, audience.
You're an oak tree. You will not be manipulated by crying, yelling, lying, head games, sexual withdrawal, jealousy ploys,
Here we
pity
go.
plays, shit tests, hot, cold, disappearing
That's right.
acts, or guilt trips. She will rain and thunder all around you, and you will shelter her until her storm passes. She will not drag you into her chaos or uproot you. When you have mastery over yourself, you will have mastery over her.
What?
True and
Wait,
false.
What?
True and false. As in,
I think, yeah, I got it. I agree with this.
Yeah, I think I agree, but it's just
Yeah.
like, well, some things
Poorly
it's-
written, but
Yeah,
Poorly
poorly
written,
written,
yeah.
but in a sense,
that's
yeah.
what this entire.
This was this entire article. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I get from it is that's kind of what I was talking about before about the like yelling and screaming and arguing and well, fine, I'm not going to talk to you, cold shoulder, all of that stuff. You being in that control or in that frame to say, I'm not gonna be moved by this. Like I respect myself enough I'm not gonna go there with you. You know? And it's not you just being like, man, I'm out of here. You know, 'cause that's what a lot of people
No, him. Sorry.
Why is
Okay.
it every time I move my foot, you touch it again?
Playing footsie.
we're still talking about the cars, y'all.
yeah.
Yes, like I press the
Yeah.
clutch, and like it just doesn't really engage the way I want it to.
Yeah, but overall, you can't have two emotional people in the same relationship.
No.
There you
it's
go.
a recipe for disaster. So
Yeah.
naturally, it's okay to express yourself, but I think having control over yourself, I think, is the general gist of it.
That's it.
And that's okay. And I mean, if you're an emotional person, it's fine. Just learn to express it instead of matching her energy. Just
Yeah.
let things simmer and then come back and just circle it back again.
There you go.
Like a good
Great,
gumbo.
great.
What?
Huh?
A good gumbo.
Listen,
One more time?
listen.
It's late, y'all. It's late.
Yeah.
Like a
that's what
good
it-
gumbo, let it simmer is what he said.
Like a good gumbo.
Okay.
Steak
I thought he was
farm.
talking about.
Yeah. But you gotta know when the gumbo's done. Kind of like this commandment list.
I don't.
Commandment 16.
My God. When I-
Never
so
be
smooth.
afraid. Never be afraid to lose her.
Facts.
Yeah. Nothing else. I agree.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's like,
we ain't even gotta read it.
Please, like, if we read it, he's going to say something to mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just leave it at that. Yeah. All right. You must not fear. Fear is a love killer. Fear is the ego triumph that brings abject loneliness. You will face your fear. You will permit it to pass over and through you. And when your ego fear is gone, you will turn and face your lover, and only your heart will remain. What?
I don't know.
You will walk away from her when she has violated your integrity, and you will let her walk when her heart is close to you. She who can destroy you controls you.
Mhm.
Don't give her that power over yourself. Love yourself before you love her.
Facts.
Straight up, because dude,
That was good.
if Samson wasn't tripping over this chick,
Delilah.
Hey man,
man,
it's in the Bible.
What?
Samson is the guy in the Bible that
Oh.
there was this woman named Delilah that basically seduced him into him telling his secret of how he has this superhuman strength that was given to him by God. So then when she finds out that the power was in his hair, she ended up having some guards come in and they cut his hair and then they imprisoned him and stuff like that. So
Yeah, story goes they gave him a ball fade.
yeah.
Was not
It was a Southside
Yeah.
fade.
with no edge up.
Yeah, he was tore up from the flow up. But anyway, in closing, the closing statement is: the closer you follow the letter of these commandments, the easier you will find and keep real, true unconditional love and happiness in your life.
What? Wait, what?
That's not. you're
Yeah,
not
that
gonna-
is-
Since when did this become about love? I thought the whole first one was.
See, there you go. See, that's what we were saying.
Keep you guessing.
Keep you.
Dude,
he got
seduced
you.
me.
Dang!
Wow.
That's what this was about.
This
Man, your
is a
pants
player
are
bars. My pants are
Bars.
They are.
Yeah, and
No, that last one is really good though, bro.
there's truth
I
in
agree.
what this person says, but there's also heavy flaws in
Come
the
on,
way
man.
that they
That's right.
communicated it over, and it just reeks of insecurity
Yes.
to me. And
Mhm.
and again, I
Yes.
understand. I mean, with the current climate and just hearing stories from people that are currently single, dating, and just dealing with the current dating climate overall, I understand why there's a need and there's a market for this type of thing.
Mhm.
But it's important that when you look at guys and you look at influencers or anyone that could possibly be sort of a mentor to you, understand that the content that you are being given, right, make sure that it's actually beneficial and neutral in the sense of it's not at the detriment of the opposite sex. Understand, sure, we may have our differences, but women are not the enemy.
Right.
Right.
We
Yes.
are literally meant to coexist.
Right.
We
Yeah.
may not always understand each other, but this is just my opinion at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of your job to keep it together and try to understand. Like I don't
Yeah.
expect my partner to do my job for me, which is to excel, to have my own goals, to have my own personality, to vouch for myself, be confident in who I am.
Yeah.
That's your job, which is where this gets it right. Where it
Yeah.
gets it wrong is, sure, you're promoting something that's supposed to be helpful, but that's at the cost of putting women down, which
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that's the right price to pay for something that's supposed to benefit.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
guarantee this dude's not married.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Guarantee.
see-
I would bet
Yeah.
my life savings that he's not married.
I guarantee you.
At the time of writing this article.
Either that or this guy's like, I know what sells. Let's go ahead and put it's like
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, you could be right, and I just lost my whole life savings
Yeah, that's true.
because I just bet it. Yeah.
But
No,
he bet 4, so he gets it. So.
Yeah.
all right, bet. And you know, we boys, so I'll give you back half.
thank
Oh well, you know. Dang.
No, double or nothing. You're smiling.
Hey, and I know you wanted to talk a little bit, like I guess while we
When
have
I
a
was
little bit of
joking.
time about Kevin Samuels.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
What happened?
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Another heart attack?
Yeah.
What?
Heart attacks.
Yeah.
Heart attacks been going around like crazy.
Like it's a flu.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry to laugh right now. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kevin Samuels is an interesting person because I first found his content 2 years ago, actually, in 2020, just out of general interest. I mean, we were all, at home, so
Yeah.
you find it. And of course, he definitely 100% sold his services. Like, he
Yeah.
definitely knew putting down the opposite sex, there was a selling point there.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it to, like, not benefiting them in a sense. Like I saw the benefit of it, which is grounding people,
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
men and women. It
Yeah.
just happened to resonate more with women, and that was the one that sold the most. But he went at both, sexes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And sure, he may have been condescending and aggressive, but at the end of the day, I think somebody always has to be that person to kind of call out the nonsense, whether we like to hear it or not.
We're all terrible. That's the
In a
bottom
sense,
line.
yeah, we all have flaws,
In some way,
but
yeah.
nonetheless, with a figure like this, that I saw the utility and the help he
Yeah.
provided. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So you know,
And I saw, but that's the crazy part though. I saw a lot of people like celebrating.
Oh my
that he
God.
died.
I'm like-
And I was like, that should never be the case.
Yeah, no.
no.
I don't like
Unless
that.
it's like,
My funerals. I'm asking y'all to celebrate. Throw a
I'm just
nice
hoping-
party.
Oh, okay.
Say
Yes.
less.
that's different.
legit.
That's different.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just over
Say
here
less.
like if you're doing that, don't you think you're kind of proving him right? Like
Yeah.
you're over here like rejoicing over someone's death, and it's like, okay, no right like person in their right mind would,
Should be
Yeah.
happy
Like,
about
do
that.
the-
It's not a
The
happy
the
thing.
people that
Unless it's like Hitler.
I mean,
That is.
but not even then.
Even then, it's really more of like a man. I wish this guy didn't do all this evil. Like,
Or I just wish that he would change for the better. I think that's
That's facts,
ultimately
that's
what we
facts.
should want.
Yeah.
If they think that he's wrong, I think that they should just hope that he gets right.
Yeah.
That's facts.
That's in the Bible, though. That
Mhm.
people will rejoice over certain people's death.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
To
That's
admire
Proverbs
to be
said.
that person.
yeah.
Sorry to.
oh no, no, no.
No,
No, you good. You good.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
know a lot
not
of the
sorry.
Bible.
Yeah, and man for number 12, man. Yeah, anyway, but rest in peace
Was that
to
number
this
12?
man. And overall, just to conclude this and just close it. Look,
Yeah.
to the man that listens to this and you're struggling with dating or with yourself or life in general, listen, dog, you don't
Don't
have to
listen.
figure it all right now. And you don't have to look, don't be so desperate for guidance that you look in the wrong places. And that you end up finding the wrong guidance, like something like this. Like, sure, you can read between the lines, but do you know how to read between the lines? If you don't know how to do that, go educate yourself, go gather yourself, go for a walk in the park, clear your mind, and then circle back and read it again.
Yeah. And if you don't know what the right guidance is, find somebody who has success in the area that you're looking for success in, and find out what it is that they did, what books they read. Because if you take advice from somebody that's in the same shoes as you, then you're likely to stay exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
I can't echo that enough. I always tell people, a good mentor is just an email away.
Yeah.
And it's so easy.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
promise you.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. But with that in mind, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. I know it was rather long, but hey, you got something from this. That's why you're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They learned the 16 commandments.
yeah, they
Of Punanish.
Yeah, right.
Don't
Yeah.
forget to like and subscribe for
Like,
Yes.
subscribe, share. This is Mario.
Clint.
Chris.
Josh.
Anthony.
We're out.
Unite.